What is going on, YouTube? Joe here with Culination Media, and welcome back for another episode of Pokemon X and Y Battle Spot Live. This is episode number 123, or I'm sorry, 124. Yeah, I can't really count. I have the episodes right in front of me, and I can't even figure out that 124 is after 123. I apologize for my terrible number skills. Anyway, yeah, we had a, let's see, what did we do last time? We had a bonus battle. We had a DC, a forfeit, a couple of victories. We lost the final match, I believe. I don't know. I don't want to spoil everything for you guys because I feel like I do that every single episode. So if you haven't watched it, go watch that one first before we figure out what's going to happen here. We did get up to a 49 game differential. The record is on the screen as always. I didn't write that down either. Just dropping the ball on everything today, so I'm not even going to try to figure out what the actual record is. It is on the screen, and that is accurate. So we'll just go with that. Now, before we get started today, and before I give you guys a nice little overview of the team in case you're forgetting what we're bringing to battle, just a friendly little reminder, as always, that if you haven't done so already and you would like to show your support to the channel and the series and all that fun stuff, remember it only takes a couple seconds to click that thumbs up button right below this video. It does help out when you guys do that, as well as, you know, leaving a comment down below, whether you just want to leave your thoughts, if you have specific suggestions for teams or specific Pokemon you would like to see. And I usually bring one suggested Pokemon, and Nadia the Salamence is the suggested Pokemon here. Really doesn't do too well on Battle Spot singles just because there's a lot of Garchomps and Scarfchomps which just destroy defensive Salamence. But I like using it in mixed here and even OU. Seems to get more use because it really benefits from having hazards out in the field and things like that, and that just doesn't really work in the in the 3v3 environment. But we're going to bring it anyway and see what happens. Then we have our trusty Focus Sash Combusken with Speed Boost and Swords Dance and all that fun stuff. Hone Claws Durant, which hasn't done a whole lot here on Battle Spot either. We have Life Orb Jinx, Eviolite Marshtomp, and Choice Scarf Nidoking, which has proven to be the MVP of this team, just taking out threats left and right. Really thought it was going to one-shot a Greninja last episode, but that turned out to not be the case. Pretty sure that specific Greninja had Focus Sash, but who knows? Who knows? Let's not live in the past. Let's talk about the future. And we have a couple of Pokemon battles at our future, hopefully, provided that Battle Spot cooperates. Here we go. A Japanese player from Miyagi. I feel like I've just gone up against all Japanese players today. Not that there's anything wrong with that, because they've been bringing some really, really cool stuff, like Protect, Disable, Ninetales, which is really cool to see. So I'm guessing this is going to be a Mega Medicham, Vanillux Viper, Granbull, Crawdaunt, and Magnezone. This has to be the coolest team I've seen on Battle Spot in a long time. This is awesome. It's awesome, awesome, awesome sauce. Alrighty, Combusken feels like a good lead here. Because he can take out that Magnezone, he can take out Vanillux. He could actually take out the Medicham, possibly, and even the Seviper, depending. Granbull and Crawdaunt are going to be an issue. What do I have for Granbull? I have Nidoking. So we have that in our back pocket. And in fact, I might even want to lead off with it. I see no ground immunity, so we can fire off Earth Powers pretty easily there. What else? We have Jinx, which could help us out because it's immune to Crawdaunt's Aqua Jet, which actually could be a huge boon for us. Let's see, so Nidoking, Jinx, and Combusken, I guess? Do I really want to start off with Nidoking, though? That's the thing. These are the three Pokemon I think I want to bring here. Yeah, that's looking good to me. That's looking pretty good to me. Although, Durant could have a lot of use in this as well. So maybe take out Jinx? I'm really having a hard time deciding. Why is it taking me so long? Why? Why on earth am I so indecisive today? He's got a couple of weaknesses. You know what? No, we're going to just stick with what we have. We're just going to stick with what we have. I don't know why it took me so long to just figure that out, but hey. I guess my nerves are going a little bit. When you go up against somebody who brings some interesting stuff like this, you immediately know they're a good battler, because most of the time the people that will bring stuff like that and it's actually competitive stuff, they know what they're doing, and they have to because they can't make that stuff work otherwise. So you have Vanillux out here, and we may see a switch right off the bat, unless you're really going to assume that I do not pack the flamethrower. But actually, I'm not confident that I can one-shot you. And that scares me a little bit. So I actually want to switch out into Jinx here. Because Ice Beam should one-shot a Nidoking. But I don't know that a flamethrower will, without a life orb, will one-shot a Vanillux. So we're going to go ahead and go into Jinx here. Because we do resist the stab. I know it's got Flash Cannon and Signal Beam at its disposal as well, but I don't think those are going to be one-shots. We see the Ice Beam come out, and we should outspeed this as well. That does, like, no damage whatsoever. I kind of want to just go for a Lovely Kiss, but with my luck, that will miss. And I do pack the HP Fire, but I think Psychic is actually more powerful due to the stab. Trying to think, does he have any Dark types that would be immune to that? No, I don't think so. So we're going to throw out a Psychic here. We're going to see Withdrawal. Okay. And what is coming out to play? It is the Medicham, which is going to take a decent amount of damage from this. Oh, wow, that's almost a one-shot. Are you kidding me? That did way too much damage. That did way too much damage. Now, the question is, do I outspeed you? I might. I might. And we could just throw out a Hidden Power, but there's really no reason to. We might as well just stick with Psychic since that is our most powerful move. We see the Mega Evolution coming here. And unfortunately, regular Medicham speeds here is giving... Oh, Fake Out. That's going to do a lot. Are you kidding me? I just got killed by a Fake Out. Did that really just happen? That just happened. I'm a little bit flabbergasted by that. But I guess we're going out into Nidoking here. That's just like unbelievable to me. Unbelievable. Okay, now we need to think. What is that third Pokemon? We know you have a Vanillux. I should outspeed you here and be fine. The question is what that other Pokemon is. If it's a Viper or Magnezone, Earth Power kills it. If it's a Granbull, Sludge Wave would be our best bet. If it's if we guess wrong, we're in a really tight spot. Because then we'd be in a position where we'd have to switch out, you know, because we're locked in via the choice card. It's a whole big thing. I think the odds are for going for Earth Power, though. So that's what I'm going to do. And down goes the Mega Medicham. That was ridiculous to see Fake Out taking out a Jinx from over 50% or right around 50%. I know Jinx has absolutely atrocious base physical defense, but still Fake Out, really? Without Technician, that's not acceptable in my book. Or it shouldn't be acceptable in anyone's book. I could understand if that was like Persian or Ambipom. And now we see this coming out again. Okay, which makes me think that the other Pokemon is not going to be able to take it out. And by take it out, I mean Nidoking. The question remains here. Maybe this is Scarfed. But see, that puts us in a position of, well, what is that other Pokemon? What is that last Pokemon that you have? I don't know how I feel about this. Do we just try to go for the Earth Power, or do I waste my Focus Sash? I don't think it's worth wasting the Focus Sash. We might just have to leave it to Combusken to try to do something here. So let's go for the Earth Power. And we do outspeed, so he's not Scarfed. And the reason I thought that was because we didn't see a Life Orb. So I just really wasn't sure what to think there. He could be Choice Specs, though. He could very easily be Choice Specs. So now we're going to lean on Combusken. And I think if we Flare Blitz, and even if we die and kill his last Pokemon in the process, we still get the victory. It would just be a 0-0 victory in our favor, which seems kind of silly, but that's just what it would be. I'm going to go for the Swords Dance here. Hope you predicted Protect and Switch. That'd be great. But at this point in the battle, it might be advantageous for my opponent to just sack off this Vanillux at this point and accept that you've, you know, lost this Pokemon. He is going to go for the Ice Beam. And that's not going to do enough. Not going to do enough even without Eviolite. We're okay here. And the other thing is, if it's Magnezone, Magnezone could have Sturdy. And that is a bit scary. Do I protect? I kind of want to scout for the HP ground, because if you have that, now I'm screwed and the match is over. I'm going to go for a protect here. I want to scout for it. If he doesn't show it here, we can go for another Swords Dance, just to ensure that whatever comes in dies. That's very important. Very, very important. Alright, so there's the protect. Let's see. What do you have? Ice Cream Cone. Nope, just Ice Beam again. Okay, so we get another speed boost. That I don't know that that's really going to help us unless we're dealing with a Scarf Pokemon as his final one, which could be the case. The other thing is, if I Flare Blitz as he switches and the recoil kills me, then we lose, because that Pokemon would be from full health. Man, this is tough. This is really tough. I don't think we can Swords Dance again, because another Ice Beam plus recoil, I don't think that's going to work. So we need to just... Or we could Swords Dance and then try to rely on Sky Uppercut, but then... Alright, you know what? Let's do that. We're going to Swords Dance here, and then we'll rely on the Sky Uppercut. We're going to need it to connect. And that's just what it is. There's the Ice Beam. We also need this to not crit or freeze us. And I should not have said that, because that is very jinx-ish. Okay, no freeze. Oh, I was legitimately very, 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 very worried. Let's see. Sky Uppercut is the way to go here. We have to go for that. And it does connect, so that is a dead Vanillux. And now it gets very interesting. Who is this final Pokemon, and can we one-shot it with a Flare Blitz and or a Sky Uppercut? Or do you just have priority, and do I just die because of that, and this was all for naught? At least we got rid of that fake out using Medicham. That was disgusting. That was disgusting. Let's see. Show yourself. It's taking some time to think about it. You have one Pokemon left. Just choose it. Just choose it. The suspense is hurting my soul a little bit right now. And it is Seviper. I do not think this is surviving a Flare Blitz at +4. And if it's Scarf, it doesn't matter. We are at like plus some ridiculous amount of speed. The only question would be, are you Focus Sash? And that's not very common on a Seviper. Okay, it could actually also get Sucker Punch, I'm pretty sure. If it was physical, so maybe he's special. And that's just a dead Seviper, so Combusken comes through for us. We get the victory in what ended up being a very, very close match. Props to you for bringing some awesome Pokemon. I would not have been salty even a little bit if I lost to you, unless, of course, you got a freeze on that Vanillux. Then I probably would have been a little salty. But that was awesome. Really, I really wish people would bring teams like that. That is fantastic. I know that you guys watching really enjoy teams like that, too. I'm sure that's part of why you gravitated towards this channel in the first place, is because I try to show other Pokemon some love. I may not be the best battler in the world, but I try to spread it around and, use some variety, try to use some different strategies, and, yeah, whatever. All right, moving on. We have a victory. That brings us up to a 50-game differential, a chance to get to 51 if we pull off another victory here. And we got somebody from California, Gus. Very cool. Very cool. I've been to California once. Just once. And I was only in Northern California, like the San Francisco area and north of that, out near the coast. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. I know a lot of you guys probably aren't from that area, but it's beautiful out there. It really is. All right, so we have Sylveon, Bisharp, Dragonite, I wanted to call it Mermina, Vaporeon, Charizard, Mega Charizard, obviously. I would think that would be Charizard Y. And then Galvantula for Sticky Web shenanigans. We do have Defog, though, so that could actually prove to be a bit handy for us. Now, I would love to get Rocks up, and I'm going to do that immediately. Well, no, the Galvantula lead could be an issue. that could be an issue. I really don't have anything to counteract that, unfortunately. So we'll lead off with the Marshtomp and hope he doesn't have Energy Ball, basically. That's the basic strategy. We could go with Durant for Sylveon, but I think I want to go with Salamence. Wait a minute. Ooh, that could be a trap with Bisharp, though, because of the Defiant thing. Yeah, we're not going to go with Nadia there. We need to figure out something else. Nidoking, again, might be a good choice here. Jinx. Ice Beam would be great for Dragonite, but I don't see Jinx being very useful in other areas. Nidoking, on the other hand, takes out everything except for Vaporeon, basically. I really don't have anything for Vaporeon. Vaporeon just kind of poops on my entire team. I might just need to Toxic it. So we're going Marshtomp, Combusken, Nidoking, which seems to be the team that I lean towards the most. Which I'm actually very surprised that Marshtomp gets as much use as it does. And I'm just thinking about this now, but we have gone, I think this is the final battle of this little session with this team. We have not run into a Talonflame or a Mega Kangaskhan once. 3 whole episodes, and one of them had a bonus battle. No Mega Kangaskhan, no Talonflame. Has that ever happened before in the history of forever? I don't think it has. I don't think it has. Now, the downside here is he's going to get up that Sticky Web. I really wanted to bring Salamence, but that Defiant really kind of just pooped on that idea. And I will go ahead and throw up a Stealth Rock here for either Charizard or Dragonite. There's the Sticky Web, which you wouldn't think that would be that useful on Battle Spot, but it actually is. I'm kind of surprised that we don't see it more often. If you go on Showdown in UU, or just in any tier really, it's everywhere. Everybody in UU loves to just bring Sticky Web. Galvantula leads. Everybody in NU loves to bring Masquerain, and it's just like, geez with the Sticky Web. People just love these things. Just love it. A little bit too much, I would think. I will go for a Scald. See what you want to do. You have the HP. What could this be? I don't know what that was. I was thinking HP Grass, but he gets Energy Ball. It's like, why wouldn't you just have that? I really thought he might try to switch there, but I guess not. We'll go for an EQ now. And we'll see if he wants to hard switch. No, he's going to go for the Bug Buzz, which obviously is going to do a lot more. And poor Marshtomp actually took that somewhat well. Somewhat well. I should have went for EQ both times. That was a misprediction on my part. And a bad one at that. I guess we go for Scald again here. And he's just staying in, going for Bug Buzzes. Okay, fair enough. That's what you want to do. And that's not going to take us out. It does lower our special defense. Not that that's going to matter because we're at 27 HP or whatever it is. Galvantula goes down. So Marshtomp taking out Galvantula. Not bad. But the Sticky Web is up. And the damage could already be done here. And that worries me. I'm sure it worries you guys too. I don't like worrying you guys. That's not fun. Who wants to be worried all the time? Awkward silence. He's taking some time thinking about his Pokemon here. He's going to go out into Sylveon, which should definitely outspeed because Marshtomp is slow as can be. I was really hoping we'd see Charizard or Dragonite, but I guess that's not happening. I will go for a Toxic here, in the off chance you allow me to move. I don't think you will. I think you're just going to kill me, but the off chance, yeah. Psyshock, okay. Oh, that's not good. That's not good because Nidoking. That's why. And depending on what that last Pokemon is, if it is Dragonite, we lose. So it might be a good idea to actually bring in Combusken here and attempt to kill you with like a +2 Flare Blitz, which won't happen, and then we can come in with Nidoking and finish you off. The question is, are you offensive? If you're offensive, Sludge Wave can kill. This is just not a good situation to be in. I guess we're going with Combusken. because Combusken can't really do anything to Charizard, can't really do anything to... wait a minute, that may have not been a good idea. I don't know. That could have been a mistake. We're going to go for the Swords Dance here regardless. Try to make the most of our attack here. There's the Psyshock. Obviously, you know, this thing is outspeeding because of Sticky Web. And we're going to hang out with our Focus Sash, get an SD up. We're going to get a speed boost. I will protect the following turn to ensure that we outspeed this thing because Scarf Sylveon, it's not really a thing, but, you know, I want to take all the precautions because I'm trying to win this. I don't think we will. It really just comes down to what the final Pokemon is and what moveset that final Pokemon has because we will get outsped pretty much regardless of what it is. So there we go. We get the speed boost. And now we Flare Blitz, which I don't think will kill this thing, but it'll put it in a range where Nidoking should be able to come in and clean up. And that's really all you can ask for. It really is. And unless this does kill, we can't lock ourselves into Earth Power. We're going to have to, I guess, Ice Beam. I guess. I mean, Ice Beam should take out Charizard if that is the final Pokemon because we were able to get Stealth Rocks up. It should take out Dragonite. But we're going to have to probably survive like an Outrage or an EQ or something ridiculous because I am modest. Modest Scarf is the way that I like to go. So there's a lot of things at play here. We'll see what happens. There's the Flare Blitz, and that actually takes out the Sylveon. So now we actually get to choose our move somewhat. What am I trying to say here? I don't know. We actually get to choose our move. That's maybe that should have just been a period there. That's the end of the sentence. We actually get to choose our move and not worry about who's getting locked into what. Here comes the Bisharp, and the question is, will a Sucker Punch kill? Because you're not going to have Focus Sash if you had it. I mean, that's not terribly common. You're going to have to go for it here because I'm just going to go for Earth Power. And nope, I'm pretty sure that's a dead Bisharp. Pretty sure. And it is! Excalibur comes through for us. That is a double victory for us today. And we finally have cracked the 50 game differential permanently. Well, not permanently, but to end an episode. 51 games. That feels so good. I feel like I'm just, I don't know, I have a weight lifted off my shoulders because that's been something I've wanted. Like that's been a goal of mine. I've been talking about it probably way too much, but I wanted to get there just to say that I got there, and we finally did. So this team performed very, very well. Excalibur, the Nidoking, was by far the MVP. Combusken and Marshtomp definitely put in a lot of work, and then Durant, surprisingly, was the least useful of them all. But that's just how it went this time. You know, if we brought Durant again, things might change. It just all depends on the situation and who you run into and how they play and, you know, all that stuff. I'm just wasting valuable words and time here. So that is going to be it for this time. And next time we're going to be bringing a fresh new team. Remember to leave your suggestions down below if you have Pokemon in mind that you would like to see me use. Also keep in mind that when you leave a suggestion, it's not usually that I will use it the very next session because I do breed my Pokemon, about 95% of them. The other 5 are like gifts and things like that. So just things that people just give to me and say, oh, do you need this? I have an extra, and they just give it to me, and it's all a good time. But it does take me a while sometimes, especially if I have to breed in a previous generation for moves like the Fog or things like that. So just keep that in mind when you're suggesting things. Doesn't necessarily mean that your specific Pokemon isn't going to get used or featured or whatever. So, okay. That's enough. That's it for this time. If you guys enjoyed, I hope you are leaving a like rating or a comment or whatever you would like to do. And I will see you all next time. But until then, game on.